there's many reinventions from being, all right, I'm going to do this, to starting to build a team, to starting to design systems. I would love to hear some of your lessons from that journey that you've taken.
How long do we have? There are so many lessons, and it's not just those things from processes. So in a sense, the whole process side is, you don't want to talk about replacing people with processes, but there's a way of strengthening the whole system by augmenting the people with processes that work.
Empowering, yeah.
And empowering, and empowering has been a huge word that we've used for a long time. We talk about empowering people, or empowering change to accelerate impact. The other part of that reinvention is not only internally, but it's external.
Mm-hmm.
Whom are we going to serve? What are the verticals we want to serve? As in any business, whether we are an agency owner or we're a consultant or niche business, if you're niche enough, you're either serving a vertical that very strongly with your expertise, or you're a generalist, meaning you'll sell to anybody, but it doesn't help you increase your value to the people that you really want to serve. So if you're just trying to serve everybody, you're almost average at that point. Not that there's anything wrong with being a generalist, but you're serving a lot of different people and having to learn their systems and processes and sales approaches and how they should market to their individual audiences. But if you even systematize your vertical approach to business, you can start to then be more selective in the businesses you work with and deliver far greater value based on your expertise. And that's what I think is really exciting about the whole reinvention process right now. And we're coming out of, I'd say, 18 months of reinvention. Mm-hmm. And thankfully this time I think we hit ahead of the downturn. Last time it coincided with the downturn and it was not pretty.
You talk about being a generalist and landing on some essence of your real strength in specializing. But I think we have to do a march through generalist desert for a while to learn many things, to grow in our diversity of experiences, to reveal an area that we figure out, oh my goodness, I never imagined myself actually enjoying that or being really good at that. In my case, I was always pushed over into a sales position, but I didn't realize all these other areas that I never got to spend time or explore until I started this business. And I've discovered other things that I'm really good at that I never would have done had I not started on this journey. What are some of the things that I realize that we probably start off with one idea where our agency is going to go, but along the path we figure out, oh no, it's not that, it's this. What was your experience?
Oh, and that's been different over the decades. So starting off, it was as a generalist and thinking more along the lines of, here's what I am good at. Again, I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in graphic design. I also am a type designer. So those things coming together to, basically solve problems through design. And really design, it's a design thinking approach to solving problems, something that's actually really popular now through IDEO, formalizing that and turning it into their process. But we were doing that 25, 30 years ago. We just didn't know what to call it at that point. I was designing websites and brochures and, all the things, all the clutter, the things, and thinking about the messaging behind that. I always like to say, as a graphic designer, we're just simply contributing to the solid waste stream.
I love that word, clutter.
Yeah.
That's contributing to the clutter. Great.
Clutter. Yeah. We're adding noise. So we're part of that 35,000 pieces of email or marketing noise that you have to experience every day.
Mm-hmm.
But all of that has to fight for attention. And it's a combination of the words and design and knowing how those work together to actually persuade and influence and inspire. that's something that design contributes to. So it actually, I like to say, design makes words beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but then also then starting to look at, well, if we're a generalist, there's also opportunity to serve vertical markets. Where am I interested uh, in serving? What really can I take from my personal experience, from the business experience, and then apply to a vertical sector? My problem is I'm what people call multi-passionate. I'm curious about everything. Um, I'm the type of designer who will dive into the pool where there's no water and invent the water on the way down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not always a good thing. So I'm willing to learn, but after a certain time, you just like, okay, I want to stop learning so many new things, and apply them vertically. And so now the focus is more on really helping CEOs and business owners solve the problems that they have. Because when we talked about being alone and connected, I can relate to that. And there's a certain size business that we relate very well to the CEO, the business owner, the entrepreneur. And we connect not only on a personal level because of the thinking and design thinking approach that I have and the agency advocates, that it really creates a quick level of trust and reassurance for that CEO or business owner that we can guide them. And we're here to come alongside them and help. We're not trying to sell them anything. We're trying to help them solve a big business problem. And those are wide and varied. It's almost no way to just say, here's the shopping list.
There was this point where I had this epiphany that businesses go through a life cycle, just like you and I. You were talking about phases, or 10 years you changed or iterated or reinvented yourself, and businesses go through cycles too. And I don't know why, but just one day the light bulb went off and I thought, oh, a business in its life grows up. It goes from a toddler to a teenager to more of a mature adult, and then it gets old and becomes, struggles to stay, um, engaged. But I realized that there was a certain leader in the organization at a certain stage that we really connected with. And you're alluding to that when you say that there was these certain size of businesses where the leader in that organization just immediately understood that there is a legitimate business process for design when you approach it from solving a business problem. There's a quote by Seth Godin that I really love. He goes, "Our job is to creatively solve problems." And just because you're good at designing or drawing and you call yourself a creative, that's true. But people that come up with unique solutions are creative as well. And it's not just the people that I ran away from wanting to draw. It was just embarrassing. And so I didn't embrace that. But I realized later I'm very creative in many other ways. And so I am a creative just like you.